Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've reached Tier 10. The Tier 10 American Patton. Behold, the beautiful American Beast medium tank driven by Asia Argento from the Yokai clan. Shout out to you guys. We are at the end of our journey in comparing the British and the American medium tanks. We've started at tier 1 and we went all the way up the tiers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're finally at tier 10. Both lines that I think are fairly similar throughout their full grind, and this is what you get. You get the tier 10 Patton for the Americans and you get the tier 10 Centurion Action 10 for the Brits. Now, funny, when you get to tier 10, the tanks are a little bit different. They're very similar all the way up. But once you get to tier 10 here, this one is more of a slower... Oh, let's watch his first shot here. Boom, he bounced. A little bit slower, a little bit chunkier, a little bit more average in every way. Whereas with the British line, you get the Centurion Action 10. It's a little bit faster. Less armor, but maybe... I gotta say, actually, they are pretty similar, aren't they? They both have good gun depression. They both have okay turrets. Probably the American one now has a better turret than the Centurion, whereas I think tier 8 and 9, the British ones, have better turrets. But they're close. They're two very similar lines. They both rely on gun depression, very accurate, punchy guns, but they lack in armor and mobility. They both have good view range. Two lines that are similar. And let's watch these tier 10s in action here. Now he's switched to number 2. The regular pen on the Patton, 268 at tier 10, which is pretty good. Remember, the Centurion 7.1, tier 9 British one, has the same pen for the standard round. The Patton premium round is 330 heat. So when in doubt, shoot heat. I played the Patton, and the Patton is, you know, it's one of those tanks, guys. It's average in every way. In the hands of a really good player, it's a good tank. But then, all tanks in the hands of good players are good tanks. In the hands of an average player, the Patton sucks. It's just very difficult, because your armor doesn't hold up unless you play it perfectly. You've got cupolas. You've gotta only show your turret, but even the turret does not withstand. And oh, that was a bad shot, buddy. You have the full ass, but you went to track him, which is good. And now he shoots him up the ass. The one thing it has is very good DPM and amazing gun handling. It does have that. But the thing that got me about the Patton, oh, and he lit him on fire. That's always nice. So take one more up the ass to finish him off. Enemy vehicle destroyed. The thing that I hated the most about the Patton was its terrible, terrible concealment. It has the worst concealment of any tier 10 medium tank. The worst. Oh, but Claus, it has better view range. Well, but the numbers don't hold up, guys. The numbers don't hold up because it has 10 meters more view range than most, not all, than most of the other tier 10s. But, and 10 more meters when you go from 410 to 420, or 400 to 410. Percentage-wise, that's so minuscule compared to dropping from a Russian medium that could have 36% concealment to this one that has like 15. The percentage difference in concealment is so huge that the Patton is usually the one that gets detected first. Because detection is view range minus concealment, and the Patton has such poor concealment that even though it has a little bit more view range, it's usually the one that gets detected first. So it's kind of like a squishy heavy tank. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to play it well. I'm not a really good player in the Patton. I struggled with it. But we are watching Asia Argento, who is now stuck. His game's over. It's stuck. He's showing us how to play it. He played it aggressively. He used proper ammunition when he needed to. And he's using this fantastic gun. It does have a fantastic gun. That's the one thing it has. And another guy takes it up the ass. I think with the Patton, you need to really know map position. Oh, and another fire. You need to know where to go. You need to know map positions. You need to know where to... Oh, and he switched. You trolled yourself. You switched to HE so you could be trolled. Well done. Well done. It would have done just as much damage if you shot regular ammo. You need to know exactly where to go. And even that is hard because the Patton's not the most mobile medium tank. It's one of the slowest. So you got to know where to go, and you got to know how to get there, and you just got to know what to do with the Patton. And if you do get yourself in good positions where you can flank enemies and get in good lines of sight and different shooting angles, then the Patton is fantastic with if you can get this gun shooting, right? But that's easy to say. That's easy to listen to a Unicom say, oh, well, if you know what you're doing and you get in the right positions and you can get this gun working, it's really an amazing tank. Well, duh. Yeah. If you just trained for 7 years and you ate well and you worked out 7 hours a day and you built 400 pounds of muscle mass and you dedicated yourself to 14 hours a day of working out, you too could be Mr. Universe. And then get a career in Hollywood and eventually become the Terminator. Right? Yeah, it's easy. All you got to do is work really hard for 10 years. But if you can do that, no problem. These guys have bitten off more than they can chew. Has to be one. Takes one for the team. So, yeah, I always hear that. Well, if you just know what you're doing and you do this and blah, 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 then yeah, you could be great. The average player is going to hate the Patton. And you know what? The average player is going to hate the Centurion Action 10 too. The average player is going to like the Object 277. Tanks like that are a little bit more forgiving. Object 430U for a medium tank. Let's face it, it's a high skill level required to perform really well in a tank like this. And it's noticeable when you play it. If you look at your statistics, if you're into statistics, I'm not, but if you're into your statistics, and you're an average player playing this tank and you average like 1,800 damage a game or 2,000 or some average amount, if you're just an average player, you're not even going to be close to the expectation values or the ace tanker requirements or the marks of excellence requirements, because you notice this guy knows exactly what he's doing, and the threshold for this tank is very high in the hands of a good player. Well done, my friend. Beautiful battle. Let's check the post-game stats. High caliber tank sniper, 11,194 damage. Incredible game. Well done, my friend. And legitimately made some credits. Well done. Centurion Action 10, guys. Yayamot from the SBS clan. Shout out to you guys. Is going to dominate on the battlefield. He's top tier in a beautiful map where he can use his gun depression. A little bit, I have to say, where the contrast and similarities maybe fall apart at tier 10. This tank is much different than the Patton. It's a little bit speedier. It's a little bit more able to flex around the battlefield. It has a really good accurate gun, similar to the Patton, but not as strong a turret. And actually a very disappointing turret when you grind the British line. The tier 7, the tier 8, and the tier 9, tier for tier, have pretty decent turrets, whereas this one, you got this big cheese wedge flat part right there that just doesn't bounce anything, guys. But you have speed, you have gun depression, and you have a really good gun. And let's watch him put it into action. He's got regular rounds with 268 pen, pretty standard, 390 alpha. He's got the Hesh round, no, he's got a heat round, sorry, 330. That's right, it's the Centurion 7.1, the tier 9 that still gets the Hesh. This one gets a heat round, 330, which comes in very handy. And then he's got the Hesh round with 105 pen, 480 damage. He does not get the 230 pen Hesh round. Okay? He's got the heat round, 330 pen, which would, really help you if you're going through a Type 5 heavy or a mouse or an E100 or anyone stupid enough to play a big slow heavy is going to get penetrated by your heat round. And somehow that went in, and he bounced the shot on his turret, which is very surprising. But it did not hit the... If you're wondering where to shoot the Action X, when it's hull down like this, and it put... Oh, he did hit him there and it bounced. That's very surprising. That's very surprising. Oh, get out of the way, teammate. Do you want him to die? I guess the angle that it hit, it did bounce, but usually it's not very reliable. And this poor Rinoceronte... Oh, the Rinoceronte bounced in return. He's loaded heat, 330 pen to shoot the Rinoceronte. You notice how well I say Rinoceronte? Yeah? It's pretty good, huh? I'd have to say, if you're going to choose two lines to contrast and compare... Oh, and the Rinoceronte just missed his full hull there. You know, why? Because it's a Rinoceronte. And you're probably asking yourself, Klaus, how many times are you going to say Rinoceronte in this replay? Well, we're probably going to stop soon here, as soon as... Oh, he just took another T-54 lightweight. It has his number now. And he doesn't have the gun depression. He's taking another one. What are you doing? Oh my god, we're featuring him and he's losing like a Muppet. He didn't have the gun depression to hit the Rinoceronte. Now he does. And for some reason, the Rinoceronte didn't shoot him back. Did you fire your 3 shots, Rinoceronte? Did you take your 3 shots and now you're on your 48-second reload? I'd have to say, it is true, right? The British line and the American line, very similar. They're very similar, guys. The whole way up, and that's why we did this contrast series, all these videos. And the Rinoceronte is still reloading, and that is the last time I will say the word Rinoceronte in this video. Leave some comments in the comment section, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this series, where we choose 2 similar lines and feature the whole grind up, so you guys can get a pretty good feel for the whole line. As some of you I know have already owned all the tanks, but some of you beginners may be appreciating this series. Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you want to support the channel and help it grow. I would appreciate it. And let's continue watching now. Yayamonte. Yayamari. How do you say your name? Yayamot. Ya. Boom. Oh. Okay. He's got good gun depression. He's got a decent turret. What would you guys think? Patent turret is better than the Action X turret? Is it Action X or Action 10? Too many questions. I'd say the patent turret is probably better. Ghost shell, I guess. You always have to have a ghost shell in the game. What the hell was that? I don't know what that was. There you go. Now the patent, the tier 9 patent, turret armor, forget about it, right? Forget about it. Just forget about it. There's nothing there. But I'd have to say, I guess the patent turret is a little bit better than the Centurion Action 10 turret, in my opinion. It's debatable. But then I'd say for the tier 9 and the tier 8, probably the British turrets are better. It's kind of like a neck and neck throughout the grind. I loved this tank when I first got it. It was one of the first lines I went down. I wasn't a very good player. I just liked that in those days it was kind of a fast medium tank. It had the really cool look to it. But I think it's been power creeped somewhat. Both the Patton and this one, I think, are a bit power creep. They're not the meta tanks anymore. But it's very nice to see a good player do well in these things because... can he make a shot? Hit? Yes. And he is shooting he's shooting the heat now, and he bounced another shot. He's bounced 1,350 with his turret. He's done pretty good. It's surprising. That is very surprising, guys. But now he's wedged himself up on a rock. Why have you done that? Is there a reason? Okay, because he wants to get a shot here. And he does. He does get a shot. Fantastic gun, though. And I guess that's the one thing about both the American and the British line. They do have very good guns. But you know what? This guy is... He sees blood in the water. He bounced another shot. You muppet. And now you're going to pay. You're going to pay. And he shot his track. Got him! Oh, there's a... What? Get out of the way, you stupid EBR. Remember in the old days when there was team damage, that EBR would be dead. He types sorry. The EBR types sorry in the chat. Okay, here he goes. Take him out. Beautiful. Beautiful. It is nice to see American and British tanks do well. But what was I going to say? Yeah, they have very accurate, hard-hitting guns. But let's face it, guys. Let's face it. There's some other tanks that have much better armor in this meta that, regardless of what the stats say, just hard-hitting, accurate guns. When you get the crew skills and the equipment, you're driving an object. Whoa. The Tootie has lost his head. You drive an object 430U and you could hit every shot if you got all the right crew skills and equipment. But to be fair, gun depression. These two lines, the American and the British line, have gun depression. Used to be the kings of gun depression, but now the kings are, of course, the Swedes and the Japanese when it gets to the high tier. And now he's fighting for his life here. Boom. He's bounced another shot from a SMOA, but the SMOA has a lot of shots. He's got to keep backing up, and the SMOA has bitten off more than he can chew. The SMOA has killed his teammate. The SMOA is running away. He's chasing the SMOA. How many more times am I going to say SMOA? Well, the SMOA is going to be dead in exactly 1 second. One, and I will no longer say the word SMOA in this video. 11-12. He's losing by almost 2,000 HP. He's done over 7,000 damage already. He's miraculously bounced almost 3,000 damage off his turret, which is really, really good. And now he's going to fight an E75. Is he going to get in close? Or is he going to try and finesse his way? Finesse is best. Because the E75 now has forgotten that he's here. Okay, of course he has. Because that's what World of Tanks players do. So finesse is best. And no artillery shell coming, even though he's got a big squishy body that's easily hit. Why is there no artillery shell coming? Who knows? Who knows, guys? Okay, here he goes. This is where this tank is a little better than the Patton. At the end, the cleanup stage, it actually has some speed. He's approaching 60. The Patton has no chance of ever approaching 60. And a lot of games, at the end of the game, when you're winning, or there's a little bit of HP left, and you want to take advantage of that, the Patton just can't. The Patton can't do it. But the Centurion Action 10 can. And that was a beautiful shot. Beautiful. 6 kills. It's still not over. They're dead even almost on HP now, guys. Dead even. His teammates, I'm wondering what they're doing. They are both moving. The Progetto's moving the... What is the Progetto doing? How much HP does it... The Progetto has a lot of HP. The Progetto should be moving up. But he's not. You never know what your teammates are going to do. I would move up there. The last known position of the Grillet is here. Look at the mini-map. Here. He could be up there. But if he was up there, you'd be spotted by now. And probably dead by now. But maybe not. Maybe not. Ooh. Now he's spotted. Okay. Okay. The Grillet was poking the wrong side of the corner. I mean, he saw his artillery just get killed on this side. I would have thought for sure he'd be pre-aimed on this side. But hey, if it looks like one, and it acts like one, and it smells like one, it probably is one. And now he's loaded the HE, 105 pen, 480 damage. He has flanked the Grillet, who has no idea where you are now. The Grillet is lost. The Grillet has no idea what he's doing or where he's going. The dance of the Grillet. What is the Grillet even thinking? Nobody knows. He's decided to go for a drive. He was hiding in the sniper position the whole game, but now he's decided, well, I'll go for a drive, and he's fired his gun. Oh, armor not hit, and he blocked his teammate's shot at the same time. So, when you take into account the times you're trolled, guys, he would have done as much damage firing regular ammo than switching to HE. When you take into account those troll shots, I know, those are high rolls with HE, but when you factor in a 0, it all averages.
It's balanced, my friend, it's balanced. Babadanya.
Radley Walters, steel gun, high caliber, top gun. Did I say steel gun? Steel wall. Over 10,000 damage, 8 kills. Well played. Nice result there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this series. Leave some comments in the comment section. We will maybe try this series again with 2 other similar tanks if I can think of some or if you guys suggest some. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.